This conference will now be recorded.
right? If anybody misses the class going forward, it's your responsibility. You are not going to ask me repetitive of anything here. During this class, I would be stopping the recording. Whole class will not get recorded. Whenever I'm going to the real-time environment, showing my real-time PVDs, BRDs, right? Entity relationship diagrams, right? I will be stop recording. Those sessions, those pieces will not be recorded because they are very confidential. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I'm not authorized to disclose those. Because you asked for a real time, I prepared a real time projects for you. And believe me, it's not a dummy that whatever I'm working, I've picked up from that environment. So it's a real time project. Certain informations will not be recorded during the classroom. So if you think that I will watch the video and I will learn this, then wrong. Because in those videos, right, the real time, right, documents will not be recorded. Completely on you. In the starting of the class itself, I'm declaring it. If you see the videos, it'll look half videos, right? In this whole classroom, if it's 1 hour, you see that the video recording only will be for 15 minutes. 45 minutes will not record it because real time. I cannot record it and I cannot share with you. It is just for your visibility. If it's a dummy project, I'd have recorded everything. But as it's a real time projects, hence there are certain pieces I'll not be recording. If you're missing the class, it's your responsibility. Don't blame me. If you are not able to understand with the recording, do not blame me. It's your call. Before starting the project itself, I'm calling it right now, straightforward and clearly. So it's your call, right? There'll be no repetition. Nobody will, even if you ask me to repeat, I will not repeat anything. So let's go ahead and start. Before we go ahead and start the projects, let's understand what is a project. How does the real-time environment looks? What are the different wordings are used in the real time? Because you might not have worked in the real time. You don't know what is the environment is, how the environment look, how the people talk to each other in real time, what they talk actually. What are these meetings? Does the meeting have a name? Yes, there are certain names are given to the meeting. What is a grooming session, right? What is a standby meeting? What do we do in a standby meeting? I will not only give you a real-time project, but also I will teach you the behavior of people in the real time so that you can act as if you are a real time. Because in an interview, they will ask you a question. Tell me, how do you get your work? What is your daily activity? If you've really worked in real time, you can say your daily activity. But if you didn't work, you don't even know what happens in the real time actually. So that's all we'll be looking on it. Now let's understand what is an IT project. Any type of software development, hardware installation, network upgrades, cloud computing, virtualization, business analytics, data management, any type of IT related implementations are called as IT projects. Project doesn't mean only IT, right? Digging a ground is also a project. On that, placing a pillar is a project. Building a cricket ground is a project. Everything is a project, guys. That's the reason I'm saying IT project. What is an IT project? Any type of software development, hardware installation. Installation of hardware is also a project. Don't think that only software development is a project. No, support is a project. You're providing a support. It's a support project, right? In IT world, every task that you do under the project. Whether it's a development, under the project. Whether it's a support, taking call, right? Resolving the customer or client issue, it's a project. So what is a project? Any type of software development, hardware installation, networking upgrade, cloud computing, virtualization, business analytics, data management, or any type of IT services are called projects. There are two types of projects in IT: internal, external. Wherever a hiring company, whoever is hiring company is implementing it for their own usage. Any project implemented by hiring company for its own usage is called internal. HCL is hiring, not for someone else. They want to build a software for their own employees. We call them as internal projects. We call them as internal projects. A project that is by the hiring company for themselves, for their own employees, partners, vendors are called internal projects. Internal. So you can see that this is the hiring company. Green diagram. Hiring company has a developers and users. Developers are you. Users. For example, HCL. HCL is what company? It's a product company. HCL manufactures laptop, right? HCL has sales team. The team who are selling the sales laptop, they are the users. You are developer. You are building a sales software for whom? You are building the sales software for the same company. So you can see that internal is nothing but there's a project, and the project will be used by the same internal employees. That hiring company itself, we call them as internal projects. Whenever your users are external, any project implemented by a client vendor company for their own usage, vendor company, client company, right? Apollo Hospital wants a software for there, and you will be developing it. Developer is here. This is the project. We call them as external project, also called as client projects. Two types of projects: internal projects, external projects. You'd be hearing this word. Hey, I'm working on an internal project. Whenever you say internal project, you have to understand that no client pressure, nothing. The company for which I'm working, for the same company, I'm deploying some solutions. We call them as internal projects, right? Service projects, external projects, client projects are nothing but whenever you are deploying it for a third party vendor, right? A vendor is paying you. Your salary has been paid hourly basis by the vendor. We call them as external projects. Perfect. External projects. Now, right, in real time, who is who? There are so many people in the real time, right? Where I am there, where I sit in the real time. In real time, after joining HCL, Rupam, where I am, right? Whom I should contact, right? Who are the people whom I'm expecting they will ping me? Hi Rupam. Hi. Video ఎందుకు hi చెప్తున్నాడు? Why he's saying hi to me? Who is he? Right? Somebody has sent a meeting request. వీడెవడు? Who is this? Why is sending a meeting request to me? So these are the people whom you'll be interacting. This is the project, a big diagram. In the project, you have a dev manager. You will be below the dev managers. You'd be a developer. You would be an admin. You will join as a tester. This is your location. You, you are here. You would be reporting to the dev manager and you'll be working on the project. When I say working on the project, who will give you the project? From where the project is coming up? All the developers, admin, testers are controlled by dev manager. Manager controls it. But who gives you the work? Does your manager give you the work? No. Your manager doesn't give the work in the real-time environment. Your manager doesn't give the work in the real-time environment. Who gives the work? The work is given by SMEs. The works are given by solution architect. The works are given by product owner. The works are given by, right, these people. These are the people who will give the work. These are the people who will give the work. Solution architect, a person who will design the project, complete LRJLA, how to do it, right? What to do it, how many forms to be created, everything he will do. This is what I am, solution architect. This is my role. Your role will be here. I completely design the project end to end. how many forms has to be there in that form, how many fields has to be there, how many validation rules you have to write, how many classes you have to write, how many triggers you have to write, how many batch effects you have to write, everything. The complete this project require, right, 21 forms, 15 objects, right, 6 flows, 7 approval process, 8, all these are calculated and done by the solution architect. Solution architect, he is the person who is the technical, right? He is the person who designs. Next, product owner, PO, product owner. Both solution and product owner works together. Product owner, he is the person, right, who will bring the requirements. All the requirements will come to him. Product owner, product owner, product owner will get the requirement from whom, right? They will all get the requirement from BRMs, business requirement manager or consultant. They are the people who will contact the client. They will collect what the client needs. They will go ahead and they will give this to solution architect, right? Solution architect, they will give this to product owner. Product owner and solution architect will start, right? Product owner will work with solution architect. Product owner is mostly, right, non-technical. It's a non-technical role. He will take the requirement and he will give to the solution architect. Solution architect is a pure technical role where he will design the things, he will design the flow, everything he will design, right? Product owner will own that. He's the finally the owner. If something happens to the project, right, the product owner will get the heat. He will be bashed. His work is to make sure that this product is working, this project is working perfectly fine. The delivery, right, qualitative and everything, right? All these things, product owner. These are mostly functional product owners. Owners, product owners. BRM, mostly functional. These two people will interact with the client. These two people will interact with the client. These two people will interact. BRM and product owners. These are the two who will interact with the client, get the requirement. Solution architect and SME are technicals. SME will help you. You will not come to me directly. I'm the solution architect. SME will come to me, right? So SME, subject matter expert, he would be the senior software engineer. Every team will have some set of SMEs. They will be helping you on your development, right? Who will give the work? Product owner and solution architect gives the works to you. Who gives the works in the real time? Not the dev manager. Your manager doesn't give a work to you. Then what is the role of a manager? Manager manages the work. Once the work is given, it is the manager work to make sure that the work is done properly, planning the staffing. This person is not available next week. All these are done by the managers, right? Mostly functional role, right? Managers. Less development, any type of help need, you go to your dev manager. I'm not able to do it. He will try. If he's not, then he will try to contact SME and together they will try to help you. In real time, you get the work from whom? You get the work from product owner. You get the work from solution architect. These are the two people who give you the work in the real time. Now, there are two more people here called Dev PM, Project Manager, Scrum Master. Who is a PM? This overall project timeline delivery is planned by this. Planned by this. Product owner will say that he will decide the priority, right? There are 100 things to be done, right? Item number 1, item number 7, item number 8 to be done first. He decides the priority. Based on that, the PM will engage all the developers. He will start, right, allocating the work. So all the works are created by product owner and solution architect, and dev PM or the scrum master is a project manager, overall project, right? Any type of timeline issues, any type of resource requirement, it is he who is responsible. PMs. managing the project end to end, organizing meeting, organizing UAT, organizing everything is this work. Same way from client side also there will be PM. You are implementing it for Apollo Hospital. Someone should be there from Apollo Hospital. That's called client or a business PM or Scrum Master from the client side. These two will be talking to each other. They will not talk to us directly. Client will talk to the PM, our PM. Our PM can invite the client in our calls. We will not go ahead and talk to them directly, right? Solution architect can talk to the business PM directly to understand if some issues is there, rather than going by the our PM, dev PM, right? We can contact the business PM directly, right? Solution architect, right? So you get the work from solution architect, from a product owner. How do you get the work? What are the tools used? What are the different tools used? What are the different tools used in real time? We use Microsoft Team, Microsoft TFS, Team Foundation Server. All the works are called stories and defects. Stories are new requirement. Any type of new requirement is called stories. Any type of issues in already delivered work is called defect. We maintain in Team Foundation Server, TFS. We maintain in
Sir,
Microsoft Project. We maintain Wait. We maintain in ServiceNow. These are the tools in real time used to allocate task, to allocate work, remedy force, smart sheet. There are so many tools available through which an work is allocated to an employee. You don't get work through email. No. Most of you will say, how does the work is allocated to you? Everybody answers by email. In email, PDF? No. Your work get allocated using Team Foundation Server, through Microsoft Project, through ServiceNow, through Remedy Force, through Smartsheet. Some popular tools I'm using. These are the tools through which your project gets allocated, your work get allocated. What is a work? Work can be story or defect. Story or defect. Story is any new development is called story. Any existing development fixing is called defect. Defect. Fixing. Fixing is called defect. Any existing development changing, there is no problem. There is no defect. But ila kadu ala. So you're changing. We call them as CR, change request. So there is a difference between stories, defects, and change request. Any new feature comes in. Feature means functionality. I want to send an SMS, a new function. We will call them as story. SMS is not going, it's a defect. You developed it, it's not going, defect. Right? Sending SMS, I want to add, right? I want to add a Happy New Year message. It's a CR. It's a change request because it's not a defect. SMS is going, yes, it's working. On that, you want to add an additional message. So whenever things are working perfectly fine and you want to add more things, we call them as CR, change request. Whenever it's not working, we call them as defect. Whenever a new development, we call them as stories. Clear everyone? Clear everyone? Till here? Yes, somebody was asking doubt.
yes, sir. Product owner is an outsider, right?
No, product owner is insider. Product owner is an insider to IT company. Every IT company will have a product owner, right? If the product owner role is not there, then they will have a solution architect. Then the product owner role is taken by the solution architect. Ideally, in every big company, you will have a product owner, you will have a solution architect, two different people, right? Question. Any other questions?
Sir, can you explain once again what is difference between CR and defect?
Right. Any type of new features, Any type of new functionality is called story, right? Next, defect. Whenever there's a problem, there's an error, message not going, output not coming up, we call them as defect. Output is not there. Whenever the output is not there, we call them as defect. Whenever the output is there, but you want to change the output, we call them as change request. Report, it's not loading, it's a defect. Report is loading, but I want to change, I want a different color. I want different columns. It's a CR, change request. We developed it, report is working, but they didn't like, initially they gave this. Whatever they gave, we worked. Now they are saying that no, they don't want this, they want that. Then it's a CR, change request. Anything which is developed and later you want to change it, we call them as change request, CR, right? Anything which is developed and it's not working, we call them as defect. Anything which is not yet developed, we call them as story. Clear? Right. Next, in real time, we will use a lot of words, real-time terminologies. Feature. Hey, are you working on that feature? What is a feature? Any new functionality is called feature. Any new functionality. I want to introduce a new functionality. Launching a rocket with a button. It's called feature. Any new functionality, if you want to add to your project, we call them as features. So tomorrow in the real time, if somebody says, are you working on this feature? Hey, who is working on this feature? It's nothing but a new functionality. It's a new programming feature. Defect, I already told you. Any issues identified in the existing feature, existing functionality. For example, report. As soon as you click on the tabular report, the report should come. It's an existing feature. It's not working. Defect. We have integrated with an SMS gateway. SMS has not been received by the end user or by the customer. Defect. On the existing feature, what is a feature? See, words are linked. Feature. Defect is nothing but issue identified in existing feature is called defect. Feature. Feature is nothing but functionality. Story. Any piece of work is called story. Any piece of work. From a defect, you can create a story. From a feature, you can create a story. From a CR, you can create a story. Change request. What? Add happy new year message. Right? Message is going. So this is not a defect. You asked me to send a message, right? Hello, welcome to Capital Info. Regards, Capital Info. Yes, message is going. Yes, it's going. Now you want to add additional line called Happy New Year. Then what is this? This is a CR. From a CR, you will create a story, work. A piece of work is called story. That means in real time, you work on stories. It could be feature story. It could be defect story. It could be CR story. Story. What is a story? Not a love story. Here story means work. A work which cannot be broken further down. For example, creation of a field is a story. Can you break it further down? No. Creation of an object is an epic. Epic. Object creation. Can I break the object creation further? Yes. Inside the object, you have a validation rule, page layout, so many things are there. Right? So the last piece of work that cannot be broken further, we call them as story. Right? Last piece of work. You cannot be, right? Digging a ground is a story. Setting a pillar, right? Building a pillar is epic, because building a pillar requires digging the ground. Mixing the cement is another story. Mixing the cement and concrete is a story. Pouring that concrete into the ground is another story, right? Placing iron rod is a story. Can I split it, break further down? No, placing iron rod. Then filling, right, covering the iron rod with, right, with a cover, with the iron box is a story. Filling that with a cement concrete mixture is a story. Removing of those boxes is a story. Every day spraying water on the newly created cemented pillar. You have to spray water for curing. Curing is a story. So finally, building a pillar consists of 10 stories. 10 stories will give you building a pillar. If you want to build a cement pillar, you need to have 10 stories. From 10 stories, you get one pillar. That building a pillar is called epic. 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 Epic is the top level, right? Whenever you join the stories, the final output is called epic. Joining of stories, right? So see, because different require different skill set. Digging a ground is a story. You require a person who is digging expert, who is strong. Mixing a cement is require some technical knowledge. How much cement, how much sand, how much concrete has to be mixed. That cannot be done by a labor who is expert in digging. He doesn't even know. You need a mixing labor who is mixing expert. See, different skill set, different knowledge required, right? Iron, right? Setting up the iron, can it done by the digging labor? Can it done by the the concrete mixture? No, he cannot. There's a separate set of people, separate knowledge is required for placing the iron pillars, right? The steel inside the pillar, right? Placing the box around the steel, again another set of people, another set of work. Whole this combined together, right? Spraying is another work. Spraying also requires knowledge. How much water to spray, ennisepu, for how much duration we to spray the water on the pillar. It cannot be done by the digging labor. He is expert in digging. You give him a pace, he will dig it. So certain expertise are required. Hence, a piece of work is called story. Collection of interlinked stories together is called epic. Linked, right? Linked. Cutting iron rod is another story, right? Because cutting expert, he will have his own tools, equipments to cut the iron rods. So everything, any work which can be broken into pieces, we call them as stories. Next, sprint. In real time, you'll hear the word called sprint, left and right, guys. Sprint 21, sprint 22. Guys, come on, the sprint is coming to an end. We need to deliver this. In the team meeting, your manager will tell you, hey guys, last sprint we have very bad episode, right? We didn't deliver. Sprint. What is the sprint word? Every 15 days is called sprint. Every 2 weeks is called sprint. That means you would be given work in every 15 days. You don't get a work every day in real time. Today I got, tomorrow I got the work. No. In real time, you get the work in every 15 days. In the sprint starting, they will give the work. Every 2 weeks is called sprint, approximately 80 hours. Every day 8 hours, right? 5 days a week, 8 5s are 40. 2 weeks, 40 into 2, 80. 80 hours is called sprint. 80 development hours is called sprint. Sprint planning session. Sprint planning. What is that? It's a meeting where a planning would be done, how to deal, how can I use that 80 hours effectively with my resources. Sprint planning session. So if you see a sprint planning, then understand that this is the call where the work will be allocated to you. You get the work in a sprint planning session. That's where all the developers logs in. Solution architect will be there, product owner will be there, SME, so project PM will be there, right? Product owner will create the work, stories. Product, all the stories will be created by product owner. Now, one by one, the work will be assigned, right? Will be assigned. So it will start. Aishwarya, this is given to you, right? Gopal, this is given to you. Josna, This piece is given to you. This story is to you. All this happens where story allocation or work allocation happens in a sprint planning call, in a sprint planning meeting. Every 15 days, you will have a sprint planning. That means monthly twice, you will have a sprint planning session. That's where you'll be given work. Guys, everyone is able to understand. Before you go to the real-time projects, I'm just talking about the real-time environment. These are the words that will be used, right? In interview also, you have to use these words. Yeah, we are given work in a sprint planning session, right? Right. So every 15 days in every sprint, we are given work. A sprint is nothing but a 15 days, a fortnight or a half a month is called a sprint. So I get work on a sprint planning session where my product owner creates the story and my project manager allocates the story to me depending on my bandwidth. Sprint planning. Once the sprint planning is done, then the work is given to you. But somebody has to explain the work, how to do, what to do. That's called grooming. Grooming session. Every developer has to attend the sprint planning session. Every developer has to attend the grooming session. What is a grooming session? It is the process where the SME, the solution architect, will explain you about the story, right? Digging a ground is a story. How much depth, how much width, how much height you have to dig, all will be in a grooming session. Details, making you understand so that you understand the things well. This is the place where you can ask doubts, right? In the grooming session, you can ask doubt, not in the sprint planning. Sprint planning is only allocation of work, right? In the sprint planning, you can challenge your PM. He will say, for this work, for digging the ground allocated to Josna, right? How much? I give you 8 hours. You will say, sorry, no, I don't think that I can do it in 8 hours, right? Rupam can do it in 8 hours. Oh, he's expert, but I'm not, right? Everybody is not expert in everything. If you are not agreeing with the number of hours, you can call it out there. If you say that, hey, Rupam, I don't think that this hours will be sufficient to me to complete or to deliver this work. I cannot give you, then he'll say, okay, what is the expected hours? I say, I cannot give you right now. Let me analyze the work and I'll get back to you in, get back to you in a stand-up meeting tomorrow. I'll tell you tomorrow. In a sprint planning, number of hours and work is allocated. Once the work is given to you, you come to the grooming session. Grooming session is the place where the work will be explained to you. Here, it's your work is to listen, to understand. If you have a doubt, clarify. After that, for the next 15 days, nobody will be there. If you want any doubts, then you have to contact the SME. He will be busy. You have to contact your manager. He will be busy. So be careful. Use the grooming session perfectly. Grooming session. Once the grooming session is done, stand-up meeting. Every day, there'll be 15 minutes stand-up meeting. Every day. As soon as you log into office, right, you will have a stand-up meeting where you will give a work progress. I'm working on story ID 102. I'm not able to deliver the story ID 102. There is a problem. Every day you'll update the status. To whom? To PM, dev PM. Here architect doesn't come. Every day we don't go to that meeting, right? Dev PM will, if dev PM finds some issue, he will contact the architect saying that, hey, looks like there's a problem with the development and that's not the way it should be working. Then the architect will come in. So stand-up meeting is a status call. Every day, starting of the day, mostly it will be starting of the day. Who will be the organizer? PM, project manager. Who will be the participant? All the developers, right? Milestone. Milestone is nothing but target. What is a milestone? Milestone is nothing but, it's not the final target, intermediate target. By end of this month, we should be able to deliver, right, passenger and payment and fees. This should be working. End to end, it should be working. That's called milestone. Intermediate target are called milestone. You divide your target into multiple milestone. The whole project delivery after 1 year. No, I will not wait for 1 year. I will create a milestone monthly. End of the month, this is the output has to be there. Based on the milestone, the sprint planning will happen. Next, bandwidth. Bandwidth means your timing. I give you 5 hours. Then on that I give a work. You will say, sorry, my bandwidth is over. It's not internet bandwidth, right? 2 GB, Gbps, 1 Mbps. I'm not talking about that internet bandwidth. Here, bandwidth means number of hours you have. You already gave 5 hours of work to me, right? On that, you are giving me another 5 hours. Total 10 hours. Sorry, I don't have that bandwidth to do that. Bandwidth. Resource work time is called bandwidth. Crashing doesn't mean car crashing. Crashing means adding more resource to the project. You will go and you will tell your in the standby meeting, hey Rupam, right, this work, it was estimated 8 hours, but looks like that it's taking more time, and moreover this work require I'm not good in CSS, because I can do a basic CSS, but this looks like an expertise CSS, right? So I want a CSS resource, or this piece has to be done by CSS. The project manager will add an additional CSS resource for 1 day, 2 day. Those adding resources to a project is called crashing. Crashing is a place where you add additional resources, ad hoc resource, not planned, unplanned resources. At the time of sprint planning, you didn't plan that CSS has to be done by someone else. As you started the work, you realize that you cannot do it, and you read a CSS expert for styles. You would be crashing a CSS resource. Fast tracking. Making a resource work parallelly in 2 different things. We call them as fast tracking. Fast track, not watch. You are working on this project, you are working on that project, another project. 2 projects parallel you're working. You are a fast track resource. Parallel working, right? You are working on this project as well as you are working on that project. You are working on 2 different stories at a time. Fast tracking, right? Any doubts before I move to the next screen? Guys, believe me, at least it's my feeling that I'm giving you more than what you are expecting. Everybody was expecting a project, but before project, I'm giving you the environment, right? What are these words used in the real time? Grooming, sprint planning, stories, defects, stand-up meeting, bandwidth, crashing, fast tracking, so that you don't get surprises in the interview. You don't get surprises after getting into the environment, joining the office. Hey, I'm the product owner. You'll be thinking, product owner, ఎవడీడు ఏం చేస్తాడు, what he will do. Now you know who is the product owner. Hey, I'm the solution architect. You know his role. Hey, I'm the BRM, right? I'm the PM. He's your manager. Now you know ఎవరు ఏం చేస్తారు. So these are the people with whom I have to work. You have to understand. Or you can ask your colleague, okay, she is the manager. Okay, manager, who is the PO? Our PO? Who is our solution architect? This shows that your experience, you have worked in the environment, you know that in every project there'll be PO, right? Any questions before I move to the next terminology?
Sir, one project for one architecture, multiple architectures also.
Multiple architect can be there. If it's an integration project, then definitely I need a multiple architect, because one architect has to be there from the other expertise area. No, I'm in Salesforce, other side I don't know. So 2 architect has to work together. Yes, in real time, more than 1 architect can be there in one project, right?
Under client, there is one more guy, right? In the slide.
Sorry.
under client, there is one more guy. Can you go back to that slide once?
Mhm.
Yes, Dev PM, Scrum Master
Mhm.
is outsider.
Mhm. Dev PM is insider. Client business PM is outsider. Client whom you are giving the update. You created a project every monthly once. You have to go back and tell the client what you are doing, or every week, right? Every week, weekly once, client call. Who will be there from the client side? From Apollo Hospital side, somebody has to be there. That's nothing but client PM. You'll be giving update to him. Who will give the update? Will I speak? No. You will be silent, sitting in the call. Who will be speaking? The product owner and the solution architect will speak. They will speak in the client call mostly. If they ask you a question, then only you will speak. Hey, right, Gopal, you worked on this story, right? So did you find any problem? Then you'll say, no, no, Rupam, no. That's it. So sometimes in the client call, they will call the developers also. Mostly the client call happens between the client PM, right? Client PM, dev PM, solution architect, product owner, dev managers. Only these people, high level people, the client call happens. Sometimes they invite developers also in the client call. Client call. Mostly, no, not sometimes, mostly they put, let's see, because client will be shouting no. So as a developer, you should be listening that client is shouting on you. Client will say, what you did, no, this is, I didn't like it, right? So because tomorrow if manager comes and say, what you did, we didn't like it, you will say, bah, ee manager nanu sampistunnadu. But actually it's not the manager, it is the client who is killing you. So that's the reason, right? To have a crystal clarity, to have no communication gap, we also invite developers to the client call so that you by your own eyes and ears see what the client is talking about you, our project. Client is angry. Client is not happy with the way you're delivering the product. Client is not happy with the way you're designing the product. If I take the feedback and then I come to you, then you will say, overaction చేస్తున్నాడు. He's doing a very overaction. If I say client told, abba, client is not telling anything, I know client. It is aine anta. He only. So that is the reason, because everybody will have that feeling. It's a human psychology. That's the reason, as per the PMP, we should also invite developers to the client call as a silent spectator. Silent spectator, just listening. Weekly once, 1 hour. Fine. Clear now? Next.
BRM, BA both are same, sir.
Sorry?
Business analyst, business requirement manager, both are same.
Yeah, both are same. Business analyst,
The
analyst,
product owner
BRM,
and
consultant.
both are
Product
non.
owners, both product owners are non-technical. Business analyst, these are non-technical.
Suppose if I
Solution,
have any doubts on coding and etc., some help
then you have to
from
go to
the.
the SME, no? SME.
Okay.
SME is there. For any technical doubt, SME, any functional doubt, BRM. Any functional doubt, you'll go to the BRM, Business Requirement Manager. Any type of technical doubt, you'll not go to BRM. He will not be able to help you. You have to come to the SME. Any type of non-technical doubt, you can go to BRM or product owner. Any type of technical doubt, you have to come to SME or the solution architect. They are the technical people.
సో స్టాండప్ మీటింగ్ లో ఎవరు ఉంటారు సార్ మనకు హెడ్ లాగా డెవలపర్స్ కి?
PM. You will not be
ఏమైనా
reporting to
డౌట్
him.
ఉంటే ఏమైనా స్టోరీ డౌట్ ఉంటే
Doubt
అతను
unte, then no. If you have any doubt on the story, then he will invite in the next call. Okay, tomorrow I'll make sure that your SME is there on the call. You'll pull the SME in. It's just a status call, how the things are working. If you have a problem, he will schedule a meeting. Okay, not tomorrow, 2 o'clock I'm scheduling a meeting between you, developer and SME. So he will be the person who will be organizing. And 2 o'clock you'll have a meeting request. You log into the call. Your SME will be there. He will be there. Hey, right? Gopal, you have been asking something in the morning that you have a problem. We have Rupam SME. Please go ahead. What do you have the problem? So like this, who will facilitate the call? He will create the call. He will organize the call between whoever you wants. He will organize those people and he will bring you in. You will not send a meeting request. It is the PM who will organize the meeting and everything. Hey, 1 minute.
Finally, reporting to
One
whom?
minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Hey. Where's your flute? No, I didn't see your flute. Okay, bye. You go. Yep, bye-bye. Take care. Okay, I'm back. Yes, tell me. Somebody is asking something.
Finally, developers, admins, testers, reporting to whom, sir? Dev
No,
manager?
yes, they will be reporting to the dev manager. Solution architect will not report to dev manager.
But
They
this
have an
works.
architect,
Yeah.
right? They will have different managers. Product owner will have a different manager. PM will have a different manager. Even though you are not reporting to them, but they are the people who will be giving feedback to your dev manager on your performance. All your performance will be measured by your solution architect, product owner, right, and the PM. Whether are you delivering on time will be decided by the PM. Are you delivering with quality will be decided by the solution architect, right? Whether the programs and everything, whether the functionality is as per the client requirement will be decided by the product owner. These three people will decide your career in real time, not the manager. They will give the feedback to the manager. Manager will year end, mid of the year or year ending, your manager will send a request. Can you please give a feedback about Dinesh or about Gopal in the project? He will give the feedback. Based on the feedback, you will be given a bonus, you will be given a rating, you will be given a hike. So these are the people in the real time controlling, even though you're not reporting to them, but they are controlling your career. Remember this very well. PMs, product owners, solution architects are the people who directly influence your career in real time, right? They are the people who will give a feedback to your manager. Your manager will approach to them directly, right? How they are performing. She has to know how you're performing. She or he or she will never, what you're working on, all this information will come from solution architect.
మన మేనేజర్ ని ఫ్రీక్వెంట్ గా కన్సల్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు స్టోరీస్ డౌట్స్ ఉంటే స్టోరీస్ లో
అవ్వచ్చు ఎక్కువ కన్సల్ట్ అయితే he or she will feel చిరాక్ అవ్వచ్చు. Yes, you can consult your
ఓకే
manager in real time, right? You can discuss
సార్
your problem with her, him, your manager, whoever is your manager. You can discuss your problem, your personal problem. You want to leave, you want anything, you are not able to deliver, then you can tell your dev manager. Dev manager will go ahead and tell the solution architect, hey, looks like one of my resources is not good, right? He has some personal problem, can you please move out the work? So that's your manager will do that. Any type of your work related issues, your personal issues, leaves, right, your all will be handled by your manager. If you're idle, your manager will say, hey, I have one resource idle, right? Your manager will inform another project. So manager will be contacting all the different solution architects, product owners to understand the requirement and to allocate in this team who is what, how do I know? So solution architect and product owner will contact the dev managers saying that, hey, I'm looking for these resources, do you have it? Yes, I have it. How many hours you can allocate from? Oh, looks like that Ramesh is 20 hours used a week, 20 hours is vacant, can I use it? Yes. So you'll be allocated to a project, a different project. So this is the way it works, right? Let's not put more time here, let's go further. Next,
సార్
KT.
ఇంకొక డౌట్
Go ahead. One the doubt వస్తాయి ఇందులో. I know that. Tell me.
ఈ వర్క్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఎంఎన్సీ లో గానీ ఇది స్టార్ట్అప్ కంపెనీలో గానీ సేమ్ ఉంటుందా?
Almost. almost, right? Next, KT. You might be hearing KT. Knowledge transfer. That's what I'll be doing. Tomorrow onwards, we'll have a KT session. Tomorrow onwards, we'll be starting KT session, knowledge transfer. On this project, I have to train you. That's where the KT session comes in. KT, knowledge transfer. People will use a word called KT. KT ainda, right? New project. KT is over. What is KT? KT is nothing but knowledge transfer. That is nothing but explaining you about the project end to end is called KT, knowledge transfer. Right? Next, PVD, project vision document. Another document, BRD, business requirement document. Project vision document is a high level. What do you want? It's a documentation of a project. What do you want? Who are the people involved? Right? What is the flow? High level. BRD is a requirement document, low level. That means every small requirement is captured here in the BRD. Who prepares this document? Prepared by the business analyst. They are the people who prepare this document. PVD and BRD are prepared by, right? PVD and BRD are prepared by whom? By the business analyst, right? By looking at the PVD, they will start creating BRD. PVD is a high, right? For example, developing installation of a pillar is a PVD. To install a pillar, whatever the requirements are, digging the ground, cutting the steels, mixing the iron rods, covering the pillars, right? All the pillar size details will be in the BRD, right? Then we have a statement of work. Statement of work is given by client. PVD and BRD are internal development company. HCL, TCS will have PVD and BRD. SOW will be from Apollo Hospital. Apollo will give you a 10-page SOW, statement of work, what they want. It's a very high level. They want a solution for patient management, end-to-end patient management. Do you know what is inside this end-to-end? Nobody knows. End-to-end payments and transactions management, end-to-end logistic management, end-to-end, and they will give you a little bit of description. What is that? That is called statement of work. By looking at a statement of work, right, your BDMs, business development manager, decide ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ తీసుకోవచ్చా, ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేసుకోగలుగుతామా, can we able to do this project, can we take up this project? Yeah, they will come to the solution architect. Hey architect, can our company deliver this work? I will say yes. Then they will go ahead and they will try to convince Apollo, saying that we are the best people to deliver the solution to you. From the statement of work, PVDs are created. From the PVD, BRDs are created. What you get, you will be given BRD. You don't need a statement of work. You don't need a project vision document. That is for, right, SMEs, that is for project managers, solution architects, product owners. For them, it's PVD. What is the total vision of this project? Finally, what is the output? Sometimes you don't know the final output. You have been given a work to create a form, create a workflow, send an SMS. What is the total output? You don't know. They are giving work, right? For example, right, I called a person to dig the ground. He's digging the ground. Does he know that what I'm going to do? He knows that I'm going to put a pillar. For what? He doesn't know the final output. The pillar is for what? Pillar is to put a light on the top. Pillar is to put a cell phone tower on the top, or pillar is to put metro rail. He doesn't know the whole output. He know only one thing, digging the ground. అక్కడ ఏదో పిల్లర్ వేస్తున్నారు, ఒక గ్రౌండ్ డిగ్ చేయాలన్నారు, ఏదో పిల్లర్ వేస్తున్నారు. ఎందుకు వేస్తున్నారు? ఐ డోంట్ నో. నాకెందుకు, ఎందుకు వేస్తున్నారు? So hence BRD is what is shared with you. In real time, you get the BRD, business requirement document. What business wants? This is what is here called BRD. SOW is given by client, high level of work. Project vision document, the high level of works are broken into vision, right? They want a complete metro rail, but vision will be broken. First, Miapur line. Second vision, second milestone, right? Secunderabad line. Third milestone, Nagol line. Fourth milestone to airport. That is PVD. Finally, metro rail project is complete. Metro rail project is a statement of work. Dividing that goal into pieces is called project vision document. Out of that, Secunderabad line is given to Bangalore team. Hyderabad line is given to, sorry, let's say that Nagol line or Miapur line is given to Hyderabad team. So I will get a PVD related to Hyderabad. Number of pillars can be different. Size of the rail track can be different. Can be. Don't know. Nobody knows. Color of the rail line, rail color can be different. Orange line, all the compartment has to be orange. Different requirement. That is one PVD. I don't know what. Sorry, right, that will be one. From the PVD, we get the BRD. So in real time, the high level is called PVD. At your level, developer level, we call them as BRD. At a client level, we call them as SOW, statement of work. Client issues statement of work always. Based on that, PVD is created. From the PVD, BRD is created. Billing, you know billing, per hour. Bandwidth, resource bandwidth cost per hour is called billing. Hourly, $30, I'll be charging the client. Ecosystem, whole project environment is called ecosystem. We will talk about it. Landscape, arrangement of servers. How many servers are there? There's a one production, there's one sandbox, there is a one dev, one quality. That arrangement of servers are called landscape. Release, whenever you are deploying, deployment schedule is called release. Next month 15, we are releasing this product. That means this product is going to the deployment. That means it's going to the production. That means finally the client will start using. Deployment, moving a feature or a defect or a story to a production server. We have seen the different type of deployment tools and workbench. Remember? Change set, right? Packages. We worked on those deployment tools. Prod or production. Final server where users will be connected. This is the place where the real transaction will happen. Credit card information will be stored. Right here, the orders will be raised. Based on the order, product will be shipped out. Production server. Production server. Next, real-time landscape. In how does in the real time things looks? Where I'll be working? You would be in the development server, sandbox. Once you develop a story, you will be migrating it to pushing it to the staging server. Quality. For pushing this, you need a workbench, you need an ant, you need a package. Mostly we use ant, we don't use package. We use ant or workbench. Through this, you as a developer will push it to the quality server. After this is tested thoroughly in the quality by testing team, I don't know who is that. There could be manual testing team. Then it will be sent to another server called as vprod, pre-prod, prototype. Exactly replication of production. Exactly replication of production with certain, there are 1000 data, 500 data will be copied. There also Windows 10, here also Windows 10, right? Here, right, whatever the version is, the same version, ditto. And then, right, here, you will also will be there. You'll be developing and you'll be testing. Right, testers will be there, developers also will be there. Once in the vprod, it is working fine. Then there is another team called as release management. They will raise a CRQ, right? CRQ, change request. That means in the production, I'm making a change. There'll be network and database team. There'll be developers and testers. Everybody will be there in the production. And finally, the program is pushed to the production. As soon as it's pushed to the production, these are the users. We don't have access to the productions. In real time, none of you will have a production access. Production access. Even if you want to access, you'll be given an access for 24 hours, 8 hours only. Who will be accessing the production? The nurse. They will be going and raising the billing. You cannot just go and raise one dummy bill, create one patient. No, you cannot. So this is how in the real time things moves, right? This is what real time landscape, how in the real time the program moves, where I sit, where I participate. My work is done on the development sandbox server. From there, the work is moved to quality server. From there to vprod, pre-prod, prototype server. From there, it moves to the production. While move in production, who are the people involved? Multiple teams are involved. Release management team, network and database team, developers and testing team. All these people are involved. And then finally, it is pushed to the production. Well, how do you push it? Through AND, through Visual Studio Code, through Workbench, through Chainset, through packages. Multiple tools I have taught you in the development class. So we use that. Clear? Done? Clear? Done? Now, next class, we will start the project. I'll start explaining the project diagram, and then I'll give you a project documentation. Next 3 days, continuously on the project's explanation, everybody has to hear, right, very constantly, because there'll be no repetitive of session of this class, right? And then I'll give you the final project doc. On that, the screens will be there, validation rules will be, the requirements will be there. And you, by following the doc, you'll start. I'll walk you through the doc. That's what the KT session will start from tomorrow, right? Any question till here? Today, overall, what is the project? What are the different terminologies used? Who are the people you interact? And how the project environment looks? This is what we have discussed today. Any question? Right?
Yeah, Rugam, just a quick one.
Yep.
Like we have BRD and there's something called as an FRD also, function requirement document. Where does that come from?
Now the people create, that is the place where they create all the functionality. SMS is a functionality, right? Approval flow is a functionality. So they create, those documents. You can create 100 documents out of it, but the prominent documents are PVD, BRD, SOW. That's it. Again, the BRD, you can create functional specs, technical specs. You can create ER diagram, ER flow, entity relationship document, ERD document, right? That is nothing but where you will draw the diagrams, which object is connecting where. That's another document. You can create multiple documents in real time, but core, these are the main documents.
Yeah, because I have worked on BRD document creation, but there were so many times I was asked, when have you used the FRDs? I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I have referred the same in my BRD. What I should just mention that I should go ahead, but
Right.
I've never thought.
So see, FRD, if is functional requirement document, is nothing but, right, it is a documentation where all the functionality of a application or a solution has been captured, right? See, these are company specific. Company specific. I say ERD in our company. When you go to other company, you'll never hear something called ERD. Entity relationship document. In our company we have, right? But what separate? My project is big. I want diagrams to be separated. I want flows to be separated. I want specifications to be separated, right? So that I don't want to put them in one document. Otherwise, it will become a 1,000-page doc. Nobody can understand. Let us have separate documents, light documents. So those are called, ERD, FRD. You can create anything. TRD, technical relationship documents, right? Any other questions, guys? That's good, right? Now, guys, able to understand? Is it useful? This session was useful, right?
Yes,
This is
sir.
something, right?
Sir.
So tomorrow we will start the KT. Tomorrow we'll start the KT, and then as soon as we start the KT, I will also walk you through the stories. As we get inside the stories, first we'll do the KT, then we'll do the story. We'll work on the story, and then you should start working, right? So next 3 days we'll be doing this. That's it for today. Let's meet tomorrow. Have a nice and wonderful day, guys. Bye-bye. Take care.
Sir,